"It's good to be home. Has been a long day at work," said Oliver as he stepped inside his own house. In his left hand, he was holding a bunch of letters junk mails. When he stepped in the kitchen, he put all that on a counter and grabbed something from the fridge to drink. And he was going through the mail, and it was mostly some bills, junk mail, but it was one letter that actually got his attention. When he opened it, to his quite of amaze, it was an actual wedding invitation. But when he looked at the names, he immediately recognized both. One said Leah, and the other name said Logan. Logan was his best friend, and they literally grew up on the same street. But the name Leah caught his more attention too, because, well, at least the name Leah got his attention. But then he pulled up his phone and dialed the number for Logan. "Hello? Oliver? Is that you? Hey, what up, man? I got your invitation for your wedding." "Oh, yeah. So, do you have any, I didn't know you were dating." "Oh, yeah. We actually kept it mostly for more, privacy." "Yeah, don't worry about it, though. So, do you have any, thoughts about the wedding?" "What do you mean?" said Logan. "I mean, who's gonna be your best man of all?" "Oh, well, so, since you are my best friend of all, I was actually considering to asking you if you want to be my best man for the wedding." "Logan, I would be honored. By the way, is it possible I can come over?" Sure. It's just 5 p.m., so I don't think there's no problem with that." "Good. I will be there like what? 20 minutes or so?" "Yeah, sure. I can't be waiting for you." Then he hung up the call, and Oliver was actually curious what Logan wanted to talk about the wedding. So, and also, he was very curious about this fiance of Logan. Because even though Leia is a very common name, he had no idea what will eventually turn for him when Logan eventually showed up. "Hey, man. Hey, come in. Thanks. Want something to drink? Some Pepsi, Coke?" I can take a Coke. Thanks." "So, Logan, so it's finally your time to get hitched. Or get it tied in knots, as some people say." "Yeah, it is actually about that. I was actually considered myself as many times unlucky to even to find someone to be with, said Logan as he took a sip from his Coke. "Yeah, you did have some bad luck back in high school. I mean, you dated one girl for 6 months, one other for just 3 months, and they all left you because they cheated you." "Yep, I had some bad luck. So, how did you even meet this girl, Leia?" "Oh, she actually go to the same gym as me." "Oh, really?" Yeah, so, well, I mean, I didn't even ask her out at first. Took me at least, couple of weeks to build up the courage, and you didn't even ask her right away. You start just small talk and some time to build up courage even more, so that you don't appear to be crazy. Hey, well, I mean, sort of. But after a while, I actually asked her out for lunch or dinner after about a month. "Oh, so how long have you been dating?" For about a year. Wow, the longest you ever been in. Yeah, true. So, so you've been together for just 1 year, and when did you two actually get engaged? About a month ago. So you've been dating for exactly for a year, and you proposed to her a month ago? Well, yeah, she was persistent. I mean, we are getting younger, so I hear you on that. So, by the way, how does Leah look like? Oh, hang on. Then Logan pulled up his phone and scrolling down on some photos. Ah, here we go. This is her. When Oliver saw the photo of of Logan and his fiancée Leah, his heart dropped. It wasn't coincidence. The fact the name Leah brought a very bad memory for him. A few years earlier, when he was about 20, he was actually dating a girl named Leah. And they were only dating for about just 1 year. The reason why they broke up after just 1 year, or at least after that he broke up with her, is that because she only loved him because he had a lot of money. He was actually he actually was very wealthy, part of the wealthy family. But she spent a lot of his money, like buying some new clothes. She went on the many expensive restaurants with their friends. She often went on trips together, and a few times they even went to Las Vegas and played a lot there. And eventually, he started getting wondered if she even loved him or if she was only after his money. So Oliver tried to restrict it of her use of his money, but that made her mad. She just started demanding how can he do that against her, unless that he even did love her. But he said that even though he was part of a wealthy family, but he didn't spend that money wasn't even from his family. It was his own savings. He was working, even though he earned a decent, well-paid work, but she blew most of the money on stuff that she wanted. She had almost spent all of her own savings. They weren't even living together. But eventually, Oliver had enough. He decided he could not stand that anymore, so he broke up. Hey man, are you okay? Said Logan. What? It seems as if it looks like you're seeing a ghost. Are you okay? Um, yeah, I should say, I don't know how to say this, but that girl, Leah, yeah, I had to ask, does she spend a lot of money to like clothes, trips, beauty salons, and all that kind of stuff, and even going trips over friends and all that, expensive dinners? Wait, how did you know? She hasn't changed her behavior. Go figures. What do you mean? Wait, do you know her by any chance? Yes, that's actually my ex-girlfriend. What? Really? Yeah. Then Oliver told him, his best friend, how Leah was acting when they were dating. Logan sat there. First he was quite surprised and his almost like a smile, but they faded almost to like a frown to a shocked and almost pale. Wait, so she did that all to you? Yeah. Wait, how long did they were even dating? For about a year. And how much did she spend on on your money? I won't even know for sure exactly. I would guess, I think it was close between 12, 15,000 or something like that. 12 to 15,000. Are you kidding me? Said Logan. Nope, it's true. I mean, she spent a lot of my own money, but how much did she spend of your money though? Uh, well, I mean, since I don't earn that, since I earn a decent salary, I guess maybe uh, I had to say maybe 500 to maybe $1,000 a month or so. She spent almost a grand in just in 1 month of all that. Uh, Sometimes when she goes for long trips with some of her friends, can go with stuff close to almost 2,000 or more. Dude, you cannot even say this. Are you serious? Yes. Though, I have to say, I'm sorry to hear this, but I have to say this, but she doesn't even love you. The only thing that she is after is your money. Because when I was dating her, I thought she loved me. But when I decided to break up with her, she admitted she didn't even love me at all. She was only after me for that because I was part of a wealthy family. I cannot believe it. But maybe that, if you're telling her, maybe, I don't know, something like, try to restrict her use of your money. Perhaps if she really loves you, maybe she will change her behavior and listen to you. But if she doesn't though, well, the only other option I had in mind is that you, I don't know, break up with her. Are you sure about this? Pretty sure. Thanks. I, you kind of opened my mind there. So Logan and Oliver spent the rest of the afternoon after that evening together for about another 2 hours. But only a few days later, Oliver received a call from his friend Logan again. Hey Logan, what's up? Nothing much. Just to say that the wedding is off. Wait, the thing is, she flipped out that she was tagging a tantrum. Yeah, and get this. And you know that her family is not much well off as much. Well, yeah. It turned out that that she wanted my family to pay for the most expensive things for the wedding. What do you mean? Well, I mean, I had maybe forget to mention about the supposed wedding that we were to have. Yeah? She wanted to have the very glamorous wedding. I mean, a big wedding. More than expensive, uh, you know, a big venue, church, a big party. And she even wanted to invite 300 people. What? 300 people? Yeah. I also said we can just scale down the guests to maybe as 50 or maybe 80 people to use some close friends and family. But she didn't listen. And she wanted to go to Paris for our honeymoon and even want to go to the most exclusive hotels. What? Yes, it is true. But I said I don't even have that enough money. And then she had audacity to say this. Well, your family can help to pay much for the wedding and for our honeymoon. What? She really had that word to say that your family had to help in to step in to pay for that? Yeah. Even though your family doesn't even have that enough money to do that in the first place. I mean, we know both since your dad is retired and your mom only works like half time or at least part time. There's no way for them to even help in any close to that. Yeah. And in a trip to Paris, an exclusive hotel, and probably the most expensive room suite that he had. Yeah. When I asked what her family could even take part of that, but she said no. I mean, isn't it? I think it's. She said like, isn't it the groom's family that's been paying part of the for everything or part of it? And when Oliver heard this, he started laughing, like, are you kidding me? There is no such things that the groom's family had to do it. And when you asked her, did you even ask her, well, why can't her family help? Well, at least part of it the same way. She said, no, my family doesn't have enough money for that. Or they don't even have the responsibility for doing it in the first place. Well, that's a good thing you broke up with her. Yeah, so the wedding is off. Well, good luck, man. Thanks. But some time had passed since that happened. Oliver had almost forgotten about the cancellation of the wedding and all that stuff, but he wasn't really happy that Leah almost tricked his oldest and best friend to do things that he didn't want to, and almost could have put him in serious debt. But one day when he was home, he heard a big knock on his door, or at least a knock. He wasn't expecting any guest over, but then when he opened, there stood Leah. Uh, Leah, why are you here? Well, I was nearby, and since I knew that you were still living here, and I wanted to see if we could maybe talk. Oh, about what? Even though Oliver kind of have a feeling that it was about Logan or something like that. Well, I was engaged recently, and my fiance broke up with me, and I didn't know what about to do when, and I actually remember you and how much fun we had when we were dating years ago. Even though he had his mind like fun, they were not much fun at all. She was like, she the man it's almost things. So so what do you want? Um, I'm actually here to ask if maybe you want to go back with the be with me in a relationship. Yes, but before he actually was able to answer, a car stopped just in front of his house, and a girl stepped out. Logan and Oliver looked and smiled and waved. Oh, hey, Zoey. It was actually a girl that he had known for quite a while. It was actually his new girlfriend, Zoey. Oh, hey. What you here? Oh, I'm just here to drop off some of the things for you. Oh, thanks. Oh, who's this? She said with a smile. Oh, this is, Leah. Oh, hi. Hi. Who's she? Oh, this is Zoe, my girlfriend. You have a girlfriend? Yeah, actually, we've been dating for about 2 years now. Wait, 2 years? Yep. But I thought you maybe were still single after. No. And I had to break the news to you. Logan, your fiance or ex-fiance? Wait, how do you know? He's my best friend. He's my oldest friend. I told them about your past behavior, that you spent a lot of my money, and that you in fact had to repeat the same thing again towards him. And he was not happy about it. I mean, his money would be my money as well, wouldn't it? Yeah, but it didn't give you the right to spend all that money because he works hard to earn that salary. If you spend most of that, how would he be able to pay for his own bills and all that stuff? If he didn't even have the money, and that you said to him that his family was supposed to be the one to help to pay for all or part of all the expenses for the wedding, and that your family were not responsible for that. That is no such thing for that, Leah. And I'm sorry. So you were the one that made me and my fiancé to leave me? No, not directly as much as to think of it. I just told him how I felt when you were dating me all those years ago. And now you have this, and you just drop by to see if we can go back together. But Leah, even if I wasn't dating anyone, there's no chance that I would even have taken you back. Wait, what? Do you honestly believe I would even do that? You would still once again do the same thing as to me all those years ago. Spending my money. Even if it was part of my family's wealth or of my own hard-working money. How dare you? Dare I? Well, sorry, Leah, but please, can you leave? And then, even though she started making a tantrum, but Oliver was firm, and she eventually left. And that was the final time that even Logan or Oliver ever saw of her. For what he heard from another mutual friend, she decided to start dating another guy that they went to school with. But unfortunately, she had the same behavior repeated a third time. And that guy dumped her just only after a few months of dating her. And he was like, goodness, I really missed a dodge a bullet there, he said during a dinner with Zoey when they talked about it. Yeah, you know, I cannot understand how you even were dating someone like that. Same. I mean, I was even at one point considered marrying her. Wait, you were? Yeah, but imagine, if she didn't actually marry me, she would have probably had more access to my family's wealth, and goodness, who knows how much she would even spend on that. She probably would spend a lot of that to not only trips to Las Vegas or other places, maybe even travel to Hawaii several times in a year, or Paris, who knows. But I'm just glad that I actually never did marry her. Same. After that day, Oliver was happy that Leah was gone of his life. About a year later, Oliver proposed to Zoey, and she said yes. Of course, he made Logan as his best man. And that time, Logan was dating someone new. And this time, this girl was completely opposite to Leah. She was a kind, generous, and hard-working soul. Even at the wedding, Logan made a toast saying how much he appreciated his best friend's kindness and good soul, and how he made him to realize in the past how he could have been a deep problem if he had got married with his ex-fiancée. For that, he's happy, and to have realized if it was for his best friend, he wouldn't have met his future girlfriend. Of course, as a part of the gift from Oliver's family, they actually made it possible for them to go to Paris. And they decided not to even to take exclusive hotel. They only took more average one so they didn't have to spend too much. But there, they had just a great time. But after being married for about 2 years, Zoey announced to Oliver that they were expecting their first child. He was super excited, especially when they were going to have a son. And they named their son Mason. And Mason was really happy to be born with them. And about 2 years later, they had a second child, a daughter, which they named Evelyn. Both Oliver and Zoe couldn't have been happier to be with the one they have found the most love with. And even especially Oliver. He is really happy that he didn't end up marrying Leah because he knew about her past behavior. Even though he tried to give her multiple times and multiple chances to somehow redeem her behavior of her spending. But despite how many attempts he tried to talk to her about it and try to make her to realize spending all that money wasn't happy. When he literally found out from her when they broke up that she didn't even love him at all. So even when she did come back to him years later to his house, he may wondered if she would have tricked him, go back with him. And he realized even then that despite even if he had taken her back, she didn't even love him at all. Only his money. For that, he's happy to have never to have entered a marriage with her. Even Zoe herself was really happy to have been with someone like Oliver, someone who treats her with kindness, love, and respect. And that's how Oliver and Zoe found a true love, got a big family together. The end.